So 2 seconds of my inattention is going to cost me hundreds of dollars, plus 12 to 14 hours of labor that I've got into it already. All right, I'm just out here waiting for Joe to get here. He's already down here in Key West. He's going to swing by and take a look at the project boat, and he is going to give me some advice on what outboard engine to put on to replace this old thing. 2-stroke 115 horse Yamaha. We're going to obviously upgrade from that. We'll see what he has to say. So this is a 19-foot Polar Bay. What engine would you guys put on here? Leave me a comment. Hey everybody, this is Joe with Real Impact.
I'm up on Summerlin Key at mile marker 24. We've been there for about 2 years, bought the marina. It was in pretty disarray when we bought it, and just getting it up and running. We got the box dealership for Yamaha. We just got the box dealership for Mercury, so we can do Yamaha and Mercury warranty work now and sell loose and rigged motors for them. We do a little bit of everything, like everybody down here. You know, we're limited on employee resources and things like that. But you know,
Yep.
you know, we dab in about anything and everything when it comes to a boat. I know you guys like to do the bigger boats. I try to stay away from them bigger boats.
Yeah, we do a lot of that. Joe was down helping me on another boat for a client. He was gracious enough to stop by and take a look at our project here. So I had this old 115 on it. It actually runs. I just don't want it and want to get rid of it. So I've got a jack plate, a C-Star jack plate, and then I was going to put a 200 on here.
Well, it's 02, so should have the new core transom in it. I wouldn't, you know.
Oh yeah, the transom's all solid, everything's solid. The only thing I was thinking is how far down, because you know, you're looking at, like, for a 200 horsepower Yamaha is like 529 pounds, and then you throw a 60-pound jack plate back here, pushing 600 pounds.
Yeah, with oil and everything in it.
Yeah, that's dry weight. Yeah, I think I'm pushing my luck. The thing about it is, though, for instance, the Suzuki's, the 150, the 175, and the 200 all weigh the same.
Right. You know, the Pathfinders all have that history of pretty much
The scuppers.
Yeah, the scupper. I mean, that would be the only thing you just, I mean, the boat itself, I think, will handle perfectly fine. I just think having a little bit extra weight there in the back might get you to the point of where
Water.
put like Joker valves in there or something like that, redesign that system a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, these do have the flaps in them, but you know, they don't ever really do great. We could definitely put valves in there.
And put like some of the inline valves that would just help out. I mean, because that's the only thing is, I bet you you're gonna sit right now. It's probably water line was probably somewhere right around here. You know, maybe you're gonna go to here.
Okay.
Not much.
I mean, if this was yours, what would you put on here?
Well, I like to go fast, so you know. That's a loaded question to me because I'm always going to say go fast. I mean, it's too bad they don't have any of the older, like 2.5 Mercs or something like that still available in OptiMax or something. You know, get your weight. That would do good. I mean, I can't remember what these Yamahas were. Were these like 389 or something like that?
Yeah, they're about 400 pounds.
They're really not adding that much weight.
If I'm going to put a Yamaha 150 on there, it weighs the same. Well, Suzuki, anyways. I don't know about the Yamahas, but if it weighs the same, you know.
I think the Yamahas actually weigh less than the Suzukis do once you go to the inline fours. They're a couple pounds lighter. I mean, that's one thing, like the Yamaha salesman was down the other day, and basically he said that's what they're going to push to for pretty much everything. They're going to push away mechanical steering, you know, the ability to have a C-Star. They want to have it all built into the unit itself, and by doing that, they can add more and more systems because that wire harness that you have to have, they got that siren marine that they want to put in boats, and it's the, you know, gives you a geofence, gives you the bilge pump or whatever goes off, lets you know it's going off every 10 minutes.
Yeah, on your phone.
But for them, on the other side of that, is if you're at home sitting on Wi-Fi, they can do updates to your motor, and they don't have to have you bring it into the dealership anymore. So they can flood you with the new software. So if they have any problems or anything, they can fix it. It's all, you know, it's just the same thing as like a car. Like my truck has that Ford Pass on it right now, and they just do the automatic updates to my truck. I don't have to ever go into a dealer anymore to get the software. Which,
no, I'm not getting rid of my truck.
More technology.
Yeah, it's great until it doesn't work. That's the problem. All right, so 200?
I would say a 200. I mean, you at least have to go to a 150, and you're gaining 50 horsepower, and the weight's the same, so you can never sacrifice power.
Yeah. Well, and the way I looked at it too is, if you put a 200 back here, you're not going to load it. It's not going to be running full throttle, balls to walls all the time. It's going to be, the motor's not going to work nearly as hard.
tell people all the time, well, what's the difference between twin 250s and twin 300s? The fact is yeah, the 250s will run your boat perfectly fine, but if you're not into the throttle all the time, those 300s are going to get better fuel economy than the 250s.
That's what I was thinking.
You're going to be able to back off, run at a faster speed at a lower RPM, and that equates to better fuel economy.
Yeah. He has recommended a 200 Yamaha. It's all going to be digital with digital steering and digital controls. And we're going to get that on order and rig it up and then have Joe turn it on and initialize it, and you'll be seeing more. Lots of videos coming up. So you're probably wondering, Matt, what are you doing? Didn't you just fix the truck? Well, I did. I don't know if it didn't fix the problem or I got a bad part. So today we're going to pull off the passenger side valve cover. Oh, let me show you what I got. This is a mechanic's stethoscope. Put these in, and then you put this on various parts of the motor, and you can hear it. My complaint is I have a loud ticking sound, and that's what I'm trying to track down right now. This is probably just fuel for my wife to try to make me get rid of my truck and get a new one. That ain't happening. I'm not getting rid of my truck. She wants another truck, she can go buy one, although she's already got 2 cars, a truck, work truck, it's kind of junky, and 2 golf carts. So I don't know if she needs another truck, but if she insists on getting another one, she can go get one. You guys might be asking, why do you do this yourself, Matt? Well, 2 reasons. One, I kind of enjoy it. Nobody around anymore really wants to work on this, especially in Key West. You take it to the Ford dealers and they kind of look at you cross-eyed. So I'm going to disconnect the wires going to the number 8 injector and see what happens with that. I'm going to disconnect them one at a time and run it and see if I still hear the ticking sound. No, it's not going to run as smooth, but if the ticking sound goes away, then I'll know it's one of these injectors. So it didn't seem as loud, but it's also running rough, of course, because it's got a cylinder disconnected.
I didn't hear the ticking though, did you?
I know, I didn't either. So I've narrowed it down to number 8 injector is making that loud ticking sound, and I think I've read something in the forums about that, because if you disconnect number 8, the ticking sound goes away. If you hook it back up, it comes back. So I verified that. I took a picture of my VIN number and the serial number or part number on the injector, and I ran to Ford just to verify that that was the correct injector. According to what they have, it is. However, there's a technical service bulletin that talks about injector cackle. And they say it doesn't hurt the vehicle at all. It's just a little annoying. I'm going to take it one step further. I'm going to pull the bolts for the rockers and pull the rods out and just roll those and make sure they're straight and not bent. So I just had a great conversation with Jason from Rescue Rebuild. He was good enough to call me about my truck. He's familiar with these. In fact, he tried to buy my truck over the phone. I told him no. And then he says, well, I'm going to call your wife because she wants me to get a new truck. I'm going to keep pressing on with my trying to get this thing out of here and see what I can do. So I dropped the rod down in the hole, so it's somewhere down in the head / engine block, and I have not been able to get it out. I have to see if I can pull the head on that side or might have to pull the whole engine. I don't know yet. I'm gonna go talk to a mechanic buddy of mine and see if he has any thoughts. Doesn't sound like it's the end of the world. As I suspected, it's the rod fell down in the oil pan. My mechanic can't get to it till next week, Friday of next week, so I don't know if I want to wait that long. I might just drop it tomorrow. It's got an aftermarket pan on it and it's got a lift kit, so it makes it pretty much a lot easier. I'll figure that out. So I slept on it last night. I'm gonna just put together a couple things this morning that I took apart yesterday. Then I'm going to assess whether I'm going to attempt to drop the oil pan or I just don't feel like dealing with it. We will let the garage. I've decided after looking at it, I just don't have the gumption to drop that oil pan. So I'm just gonna take it, get it towed over to the shop and have them do it. I spent all day yesterday and then this morning, 12, 14 hours probably. That's enough. You know, he's got a lift and he's got a picker and all that kind of stuff, so that helps a lot. So 2 seconds of my inattention is going to cost me hundreds of dollars, plus 12 to 14 hours of labor that I've got into it already. So we're going to go downstairs to the project boat, and I made a couple templates for the GPS displays that I'm hoping I can make fit at the helm. So I'm going to go put these on there and see if they'll fit.
What size are they?
Well, one is a 7-inch Simrad and the other one is a 9-inch Simrad.
Okay.
So I got a feeling, we'll see. I don't think the 9-inch is going to fit. Ah, shucks. 9" isn't quite gonna fit.
What, it's too big?
Yeah, see these corners right here?
Mm-hmm.
But the 7" will fit. Because see, the other option is we could put it up here,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like that. I was hoping the 9" would fit.
So what about putting it on top? You don't
It would
want
be
to do
bracket
that?
mounted up there. You'd have to look if you were sitting down and driving. It wouldn't be really in your view. So I could put it up there. Or we could get two. We could put one here with the engine instruments on there and then put the GPS and sounder on there. But that's probably, maybe in the future. Might be a little bit too much money for right now.
Oh, are they that expensive?
Well, I think the two of them would probably be close to $6,000.
For a boat that we need to make sure we're going to use.
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like Roger's emptying the gas tank. So today we're removing the engine.
Trying to get all these cables over. Finally got the gas pumping out.
Yeah, how much did you get out?
That's still pumping.
Oh, gotcha.
We got 80 some gallons of that.
Roger's working on this, the engine off. Because we're going all electric, we're going to get rid of the binnacle, we're going to get rid of the helm, all that. The key start, that's all coming out. Roger, did you catch that? So the helm can come out, the binnacle, the control, the throttle can come off, the key start can come out. All that stuff comes out and can get put on a pallet or something back here. Okay, I got the old green truck back. Happy about that. It's running great. Still have a little bit of a ticking sound, but I got some ideas for that. They were able to get the rod out and it wasn't bent, so they put it back together and it's running great. I had them service the front and rear differentials and everything is good for now. I'm very happy to have it back, and yes, my wife did try to sell it again, but I stopped that.